Hey there, travelers. Enra Silver here, and welcome back to another episode of GlitchSlapped by Enra. In today's episode, I'm going to go over something I've started calling universal scaffolding. This is just my fancy name for a 32-sided light box. I've been playing around with this construct and builds quite a bit recently, and I've been surprised at how versatile it is. One last thing before we get started, this is an advanced technique that requires a working knowledge of all the various glitches to fully exploit its possibilities. If you are unsure about any of the various glitches, I'm linking a tutorial by Beeblebum on screen now. He came out with this tutorial a few weeks ago, and it is an excellent condensed review of all the glitches. Now let's get to it! The creation of the lightbox itself is very finicky with obstructed views and a plethora of snap points, but must be done correctly as everything else will build off it. Pay close attention to each step and always double check to make sure it's complete before moving on to the next step. Using Drucifer's circle technique, make a 32-sided circle of light panels. Now move all 8 panels outward one, and then 7 of the 8 out another. Delete all but the outer panel in all 8 spots. Now, using universal adjacency to go from the light panel to the light box, make a 4-sided light box off the panel that you left at one remove. Make sure to check all 4 sides and verify there is a connection point showing before deleting the panel and moving the next panel in line inward by 1. Now delete the other panel you just brought inward, then copy the light box and use universal adjacency from panel to box to make another 4-sided light box. Make sure to verify that there are 4 groups of 2 connection points all the way around the box before moving on. If you notice one's missing, redo universal adjacency, making sure that your bait light panel has the line one side counterclockwise to where you need the connection point. Repeat this process for each of the 8 panels, making sure you have the correct number of connection points before moving on to the next panel. Things get very cluttered and tough to see once you get down to the last couple panels, so take your time and make sure it gets made right. Having to remake the whole cube just because you can't tell what part is missing is a real gut punch. Now finally we have a 32-sided cube, and now the only limit is our imagination. Each of the 32 sides can have 2 boxes snapped to it, with the connection points pointing clockwise and counterclockwise around the circle. You can run the light boxes out however far you want, and glitch items onto both points. You could also use universal adjacency to put anything you want in place of the light box, and if you make sure to snap 2 cubes in each spot all the way out, you could place back-to-back items like these industrial pumps. You can also use a combination of light panels, short walls, and light boxes to create any kind of connection point you'd like, and then you use reverse wire glitching to take it all the way around the circle. If you want to slant or curve outwards, simply run the boxes out and up to create the angle you want. Then again, using a combination of light panels, short walls, and light boxes, create a standard connection point on the top light box. Then use reverse wire glitching to run a wire from the bottom spot to the top point you just created. Make sure to always pull from the center outward when making angles to prevent the wire from twisting. Just work your way around the circle, repeating the same number of boxes out and up in each spot to keep your angle the same, and you can also slant it back inwards once you've got the first level in by simply moving everything back in and up the same number of boxes. Here's one of the stranger things I've made with this 32-sided light box. Not really even sure it's a thing, but I wanted to show you just to demonstrate the versatility of this technique. It truly is limited just by your imagination. Now, if your imagination's broken and weird like mine, sometimes you end up with broken and weird constructs. But you pays your money and you takes your chances. If you find yourself at a point where 32 is just too many, Simply use every other box for 16 sides. Some of the things you could do with this can be done easier ways, but these ways require their own specific scaffolding that usually cannot be repurposed. With universal scaffolding, everything is done from the same start point, so it's also easier to make sure different parts of the build merge in with each other. That's going to do it for this episode of GlitchSlapped by Enra. Now go out, build your own 32-sided light box, and see what sort of craziness your brain spits out. I'm Enra Silver, and until next time, may the glitch gods smile on your light boxes.